Hello and welcome to another edition of Footballer Adda. We have come to the business end of this World Cup and we are sitting after all the quarterfinals have been finished. There are a whole lot of talking points from them, and to discuss them with me, we have Shomajit. Hi, Shomajit. Welcome to this edition. This World Cup, one of the things that this World Cup, I would say, has been outstanding has been the number of goals that it has, sheer number of goals that it has produced. This is officially the highest scoring World Cup ever. The old record was 172 in Qatar, the 2022. That fell before the knockouts finished. Okay. And FIFA's own count had 280 goals through the round of 16, with the tournament projected well past 300. Also, the 3000th goal in World Cup history arrived here too. In that 3-2 controversial Argentina win versus Egypt, Enzo Fernandez's goal was the 3000th goal in World Cup history. The Golden Boot race for the first time has three people cross into beyond seven. Messi is on 8, Mbappe and Haaland are on 7. I really expected Haaland to actually cross into double digits because he is like one of those players who is the focal point. If Norway had a decent run, if Norway had gone into semi-finals at least, they would have definitely played two more games. And I would have thought that Haaland would go on to 10 goals. But even Jude Bellingham has 6 goals. Harry Kane has 5 goals. So this is really the best top-end scoring contest in decades. But then number of matches has also increased. How do you rate this goal scoring spree? Two questions. Are the goals remaining in your memory? Or is it like just a barrage of goals coming in, going out? And secondly, why do you think these number of goals or average number of goals have increased? I have my theory, but I want to hear yours.
So, in terms of remembering, yeah, I would say that I have not, I mean, there have not been probably many memorable goals in this World Cup, although there have been a lot of goals. Now, I don't know whether I'm not remembering them because they are not worth remembering or because there are too many goals. Because the number of matches has also increased, what we were talking about earlier, right? 4 matches, we lose track. So again, we lose track of the goals as well. So if there are 4 matches happening, goals also don't register that way in our mind. So that could be one of the reasons. But yeah, I mean, see, if you look at the trend since 20 after 2018, I think there has been largely an upward curve in the uh, goal scoring statistics in these international tournaments. Uh, Earlier, 2010, 2014, 2018 followed a certain template. Uh, Group matches were relatively high scoring, but once it went into the knockouts, everybody, I mean, both the most of the teams played a very cautious game. That I think has gone out of the window, and that is, I feel, that is because a lot of the teams now have actually a good forward lines. I mean, if you look at the 8 teams that have progressed to the quarterfinals, you can name a couple of star players in each of those teams. Saibari couldn't play in the quarterfinal, but if you consider Saibari, you have some standout star players in each of the teams, and I think that has probably made the teams more adventurous.
Uh, what do you think is the reason still that in the knockouts, I'm talking about the knockouts, and there has been one additional knockout round this time.
Hmm.
So 16 matches have been added in that. That in the knockout, there was only one match which finished nil-nil, which was the Switzerland versus Colombia in the pre-quarter final. Every other match in the knockout at least had one goal or two. Um, I mean, there was nothing that finished. I mean, a lot of matches went to extra time, a lot of matches went to tiebreaker. Germany, Paraguay, Netherlands, Morocco, Australia, Egypt, and then Switzerland and Colombia. All of them went to tiebreaker. 4 matches went to tiebreaker, but yet there was only 1-0-0.
Yeah, so I think see the overall, I mean, see, the other reason that I feel is also playing a little bit here is that the increased number of games, both in terms of the regular season has also become much longer, right? So your we had the Club World Cup last time, which was a completely new tournament. Uh, and the number of matches are basically the players are playing a lot more matches these days, the top players, and then there is this extra game in the World Cup as well. So I think at the back of the mind, many of the managers are thinking that, I mean, we don't want to play for a penalty shootout, because ultimately, even if we win by via penalty shootout, that is probably going to impact us in the next match, especially with the heat factor that is there in this World Cup. So that way, I think this time at least there is probably more initiative from the managers to finish the matches within the stipulated time or within the extra time. They don't want to go to the penalties.
I think you're right. I mean, those points are absolutely right. I will add two more things. Firstly, I would say that uh, the uh, the matches have been so hot that I mean, played in such hot weather that I don't think most of the and most of the teams that have been successful are the European teams. Just to be honest, 6 out of the 8 teams that qualified into the quarters were European,
Five out, five
and
out,
except for
five,
USA.
five, five out of it: Morocco, Colombia, and Argentina.
No, Morocco and Argentina. Six
Okay, okay, quarters. You're saying quarters. Okay, okay,
quarters,
no.
quarters. Morocco and Argentina. And then so far it has only been USA and Argentina, which has eliminated a European team in knockouts. Every other European team has either not qualified for the knockouts or have been eliminated by
Yeah,
other
right.
European teams. So it has only been
And
those two matches.
Morocco has eliminated Netherlands.
No, what I meant is that that was in a tiebreaker. What I meant is that
Hybrid, no?
within
Yeah,
90 minutes or 120 minutes. I'm not saying that within the tiebreaker. So that way. But so teams have been, because it is so hot, so they have been trying to ensure that they get the goal at the either they have try to exhaust the other teams and then score at the end like Morocco did versus Canada, or they have tried to score early like Norway has been trying to, because of their obviously their climate disadvantage. They have been trying to score as many goals. Norway is one of those teams which scored the most goal along with France in the first half. So they have been trying to score early. That has been one reason, the temperature. The second thing that I feel is also a factor here is the much discussed hydration break. I think what is
mm,
happening is because of that hydration break coming in midway through the halves, the defensive, structure tends to get broken,
mm.
and the opposition manager still has something to say. Like usually what happens, the manager can only have his team at the halftime and say, look, this is how you go and play. Carlo Ancelotti changed the structure of two or three Brazil matches by making changes at the halftime. But now the managers can also make that similar kind of effect at that hydration break. Similarly, the team which is actually defending, they actually can lose their momentum, lose their shape, lose that energy, because of which there could be some goals. I haven't done that analysis yet, but we'll have to see how many goals are scored. Maybe like in cricket, we have wickets falling right after a break,
Right, a drinks break, yeah.
after a drinks break. Maybe a similar thing is happening, whether especially in the second half, if
So
the
at least one thing you're right. I mean, maybe whether goals are being scored or not, that we have to probably look back. But one thing is very evident even from eye test, that is, lot of matches are actually flipping after the hydration break. So momentum is shifting from one side to another. That is definitely.
yeah, yeah. And then the other one that I wanted to ask you that there has been so many goals scored, but forget the Maradona goals. I mean, forget the Maradona 86 goals. We haven't seen a goal like Van Persie's goal in 2014 or James Rodriguez's goal in 2014 or even Richarlison's bicycle kick in 2022. I mean, I'm not going very old. If you go old, there is also the Roberto Baggio goal in 1990. There is a Branco screamer in 94. So there are so many goals that stays in your memory always, right? Syed Al Owairan's goal in 94. These goals stay in your memory. This World Cups, they have been,
Arkham in 98 against Argentina. We
yeah,
still watch that.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And why do you think that these goals, or maybe these goals will have that impact later on, or is it like
I have a feeling that is, I mean, we touched upon it earlier also a little bit. I have a feeling it is something to do with viewer fatigue. So we are seeing so many goals, so many matches, one after the other. Things are probably not registering. Maybe later on, we will probably look back at some of these goals and think that, okay, yeah, this was something that was.
But till now, I mean, what would be, if I have to ask you memorable goals, if you have to say, I would probably list Cape Verde's goal, the second goal that they scored to equalize against Argentina, Endoy's goal against Argentina. Those two were definitely,
Controversial one. So that goal that didn't happen. That was a
that goal was absolutely out of the. I mean, that was a team goal, should have been given.